I don't think I've ever been that personally in sync with someone I care about in my life, like ever, much less for a period of time over 5 seconds long. Hi again, guys, and it's been almost a year since I gave you guys a tour through my recent TikTok likes just to show you what it is I get up to when I'm doom scrolling in bed. The last time we did this, we were pretty convinced that TikTok was going to be going away forever, and that was the last time we were going to get to do it, and I guess, like, spiritually, my brain kind of internalized that, and I just haven't thought to do it until now. Well, Congress passed a bill, but Trump won't sign it into law, so here we are, I guess. If you enjoy, this card at the end will take it to the last time I showed you TikToks I like. And be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss an upload. There's like a few basketball TikToks in here, which I'm gonna be honest makes absolutely no sense because I don't play at all. I just find myself enjoying watching it more than I realized I would as a youngin'. Like, tell me this shit, even though it's probably illegal, is not slick and wouldn't get a cheer from you if you were in the crowd. Like, him and his boys were talking about that in the locker room ahead of time to plan it, because there's no way the homie saw him leave that door and was able to perfectly guess which door he'd come through before he threw it. Okay, this is a genre of TikTok I get on my For You page every now and then, and this is a real niche one, less than 500 likes, but sometimes I just will get an old white guy who's, like, balding a little bit, not in, like, a derogatory way, who has just played Undertale for the first time and is crying to the camera about how beautiful of an experience it was. There's just something so universal about the experience of playing that game that you just have to share it.
I'm trying to think of how to say this without giving spoilers, because I don't want to be that person. But I'm like, was just told something about going to like take a walk and see my friends before continuing a certain portion.
And you know exactly what part of the game he's talking about and exactly why he's bawling out his gosh darn eyes. This dude is, like, really interesting to me because he said that this is, like, one of his favorite pieces of fiction next to the fantasy series his wife, who he adores, wrote. Like, it's kind of incredible, like, how deeply people get impacted by this game when they play it. I just wanted to shout out this guy, even though he's not in the vein of funny one-liners that end up making it into most of these videos I make. When you gotta have an intervention for your friend, man, I think we all know someone like this who you just really have to sit down and talk to them about their issues. Also, this is like my third time watching this TikTok, and I'm just realizing these guys have an Xbox Series X in the back. What are you even playing on that thing?
It's getting too perfect. Too perfect. He needs to move.
God, it's a nice day. Did all my grocery shopping and went to yoga.
Hey, we need you to sit down.
What's going on?
Oh, dude, he went to yoga. That's how you know he's like a bit too far beyond the pale to let him try and sort it out on his own. There's like a lot of people who struggle with inner turmoil and are able to come out the other end without, like, you know, getting as far as needing an intervention. No, this is not one of those cases.
How many beers a day are you having? Tell me.
I drank 10 beers this morning.
Oh, yeah, bro, I can start drinking whenever I want, bro.
I could start drinking whenever I want. I do have a problem. I do have a problem. You gotta believe me, guys. It is something I'm struggling with day in and day out. Believe me.
I have a drinking problem.
No, you don't.
I have a drinking
See, this
problem.
is denial.
No, you
This is
don't.
the first fucking step.
I have a drinking
This is
problem, bro.
the
I
first-
fucking have a drinking
this is
problem.
Have you even had a
Like, part of it cuts deep because all the emotions are the same as you might see in, like, a intervention in a movie, but the subject matter is completely reversed. So there's, like, this weird kind of juxtaposition feels like the wrong word. It's an appropriate word, but it doesn't describe the feeling I'm feeling. It's like the friction. It's like grinding up on each other and chafing, and there's, like, dead skin cells flying everywhere. I don't know, man. But, like, as this TikTok goes on, we find out this guy getting an intervention also does not have a gambling problem, does not wake and bake every morning, and does not shoot heroin. Like, what is this guy's problem, man? It's like he has absolutely none at all. I hate to see a man whose friendships are flourishing. I like to imagine this is how, like, my relationship with my cat is, like, on a regular day.
Quit broke ass nigga, don't reach for it, boy. I'll smack you with, I'll slap you out bankroll, you know what I mean?
Every single cat I know is like this. They're always, like, pawing at something you're holding in your hand because they want some themselves, because they're broke, free rent, not paying shit on the bills, bum. So, of course, this little kitten, the first thing he sees in life is a stack of cash that somebody else has, and he's like, I want some. I want some. You hit him in the face with it, and he's only more tempted to try and get it off of you, man. They're leeches on the working man in this economy. Freeloaders who don't do anything, don't get jobs, are barely even capable of taking care of themselves. Like, I have to stop my cat from running off the balcony because she wants to drop 2 stories.
Reach for again. Eat your beach. Eat. What? Yeah.
He wants that cash so bad, dude. He doesn't care how much he's getting plundered for it. He doesn't care how much he's getting hit for that shit, man. It's not his, but he wants to make it his. Rarely see grief like this in day-to-day life. Point of view, you work with bad people. Truly a struggle you just kind of have to put up with, especially in economies like this. It's not like a friend group where you can extricate yourself if you just don't vibe with people. This is like a job that you need the money from, that you probably struggled to get anyways. It doesn't really matter what your coworkers say to you. Just get through the shift and get the paycheck at the end of the week.
Hey, Mike, you like anime?
Nah, I like to punch baby dolphins in the mouth. Right. It really fills me with glee, you know? I'm gonna get
That dude didn't describe the positive emotion as like joy or happiness. That dude said glee. That is a really specific adjective. It's like only one syllable, but it's a syllable that you usually don't ever hear on its own. Like when you hear the word glee, it's not because people use it conversationally. You think of like the one fucking musical show from like the 2010s that had like #1 covers of songs every other week that you only ever end up hearing 5 years after the fact if you weren't actively watching the show. Speaking of, how do you find out that punching baby dolphins is something you like doing? Like, did you go to SeaWorld? Did they ask you to do that for a job interview? Because I imagine that's part of the average workday there. You didn't make the cut, but you found out it's something you just like doing recreationally? If it's like an addiction, that's got to be a hard one to sate.
all they at.
Right on. You feel me? What's up, G?
What's up,
Hey,
Alex?
Bill, I heard you and your wife had a 20-year anniversary, man. What's the secret?
I feed a cold oatmeal and kick her in the throat.
Right.
You know, that's the thing. Like, you can't really say he's wrong. Like, to all those people who are in, like, generally standard, like, non-abusive relationships but are otherwise unhappy in them, have you tried feeding your partner cold oatmeal and kicking them in the throat? Man or woman, this is not mutually exclusive. I'm just saying, if you haven't tried it, you don't know if it works yet. This guy's coworker has apparently been together with his wife for a very long time. Maybe it's like a mutual thing. Maybe it's not so much literally about the cold oatmeal and throat kicking, but about finding the equivalent of that makes you and your significant other happy. This could be a video game you guys like playing together. It could be going on long walks. For some people, it's cold oatmeal and getting kicked in the throat.
Every day. That seemed to work for us, man. She here, you know, I can demonstrate for you.
Oh, I can demonstrate for you. You didn't know. No, that's okay. That's okay. That one friend when you get caught stuttering.
Yo, nice shirt you got.
Oh, thank you, bro. I did
Yeah, put it on to make sense.
I did that.
This is one of those things that I fear happening to me a lot. When I streamed more frequently, it was something like it was always a constant fear in the back of my head that I'm going to trip up on a word one too many times, and it's going to haunt me in a Twitch clip for the rest of my goddamn life. It's part of why I enjoy coming on and doing YouTube videos, because I have those stuttering moments very often, and only really my editors see them. Sometimes they'll call them out with a little caption and make fun of me, and it hurts my feelings and threatens their job security a little more every time they do it. But at least, you being told that it happened is like different than actually seeing it happen. I remember in the New York FaZe house, FaZe Adapt had this one really infamous clip that his roommates recorded of him stuttering over the same take on a video over and over and over again. It was like, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Flinders knows what I'm talking about. He can play it here.
Yeah, but I love it, and I love it so much.
It's just something that's really hard to get past, and part of why I think there's a lot of wisdom in people saying it's better to have spaces in your speech rather than stuttering over yourself to try and fill gaps. You can seem like contemplative, and you will spend less time struggling over words that you can't say by not saying words at all.
Men used to go to war. I don't like war. I want to play video games and be a
Fat fucking short.
I saw this post earlier today that was saying some shit like, oh, men used to go to war and die or conquer lands. Nowadays, they just sit in their VR headsets and goon. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think it's better that people are serial gooners instead of going off to war to die in the name of leaders whose ideologies they probably don't even really agree with. Like, I think being a gooner is better than getting shot in the face. Or dying of any other number of, like, gruesome conditions that come with wartime. Like, porn addiction or trench foot? Serial gooning or PTSD? I guess these aren't mutually exclusive. One can be the cause of the other. But generally speaking, I'm gonna take the serial gooning. Like, if I have to pick, yes, I'm going to be a stay-at-home ugly chud that does not have anything to... that has nothing to be proud of in the vein of war accomplishments. Okay, this one is freaky as hell from Skim Milk Daily 4. I have watched this TikTok on repeat. It's actually kind of embarrassing to admit out loud. So this is what happens when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. The object moves, or maybe that was the slightly movable object, and the point is that the skim milk itself is the only unstoppable thing we've yet to witness in the lore of this TikTok account. I love the environmental storytelling of this account because you just have tons of empty milk jugs in the background that implies this happens on a regular basis. And the only way you can get your homie to stop on the daily is in order to like get him to fall down on the floor, pour out the milk, and try to make sure he doesn't get his hands on another one. Truly harrowing efforts these guys are going through on a daily basis for their homie over here. That guy should be feeling lucky to have friends that he does. I wish I had anger issues. No you don't. Stubs his toe. Oh no! Oh! He's got... Oh my fucking god, dude. You guys ever be in Discord calls and you're just doing like your weekly trade of just scrolling through your TikTok likes or whatever? This one has consistently gotten some of the biggest no way point and soy facing at the screen asking, what the fuck did I just watch? Your local Asian did this as what I presume is a skit, but there's a non-zero chance that somebody out there has this as a real response to anger. I just get so mad I start doing a floating lap dance on anything I just get angered by, man. I can't help it. I can't stop it. It's in my vein. My dad used to do it. His dad used to do it. My great-granddad used to do it. It's just the way of our people.
What kind of sick monster would bite someone and pretend to suck their blood? Anorexic vampire. Oh, yeah.
Only so much to say about it, man. Just check out Eelfield, dude. He doesn't like... He's still fucking killing it with the jokes over there. When you walk through a spider web... Okay, I need you guys to realize that this is the 1-2 buckle my shoe guy. A lot of people have said that he's like really been on a come up because he's making what he does now. I have the opposite opinion where I think that he was always funny. 1-2 buckle my shoe was always fucking great, and if you disagree, you just didn't get it at the time. I'm sorry that you weren't ahead of the curve. I'm sorry you just weren't with it.
Wow, beautiful afternoon. Yeah. I don't think there's anything that could ruin this day. Yo, calm down! Yo, chill! Bro, stop! Is it on me? What? The spider! No, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, okay. Must be an empty web. Yeah, it was. You're...
Like, I just love that the spider, like, gives you a peace sign as it walks away on your homie's back, like it's successfully done a hitchhiking job. Part of, like, what I really like about Edmund X's evolution is not that I don't think the shit he was doing before didn't have merit. It's that, like, the stylistic production has just been up. Like, the kind of Gmod clipping of him writhing on the ground, and then also the almost kind of rotoscoped spider look there is when you put that shit on his back. There's, like, a decent amount of rotoscoping, man. I could actually go through a lot of the shit he's made in its own video. That's on the table. Some of these are just straight up anecdotes from people's lives that were very funny to hear them recount. Like, here's a white boy who just didn't really understand the terminology for white boy in a way that I found surprisingly relatable.
I was 17 years old when I realized I wasn't Native American. Like, I would fill out those self-ID forms, and I would always put Native American, because I would look through all the options. I'd be like, yeah, like that, I guess. My counselor called me into the office my senior year of high school, and she was like, Grant, like, you keep putting this, like, are you Native American?
When you pick that option out of just vibes and pure innocence, not because of something nefarious or malicious, getting confronted by the counselor's gotta be like, oh shit, what fucking hole did I put myself into? I should have asked for help from Google and or ChatGPT to think of this for me when I had the chance.
And I was like, I have intuition. Like, I'm not a smart kid, but like, I have intuition. And when she asked me that, I was like, maybe not. I don't know, like, what is that? And she points out all the options. She was like, I think you're Caucasian. And I looked at this woman and I was like, no, I'm not Asian at all.
See, the reason I find that relatable was because I didn't have to fill out, like, a census form or anything that asked you for your ethnicity or race in terms of Caucasian until I already knew what it was. So in middle school, before that shit ever came up, you know, I was, like, the Asian guy in the friend group, and, you know, everybody is, like, jibbing at each other for, like, whatever reason, you know? It's middle school, and, you know, Asian small penis, that's what it is. And, you know, I was, like, 12, so I felt a way about it at a certain point. Now, penis size just doesn't matter too much in the face of the bills I have to pay. Back then, I thought, like, they were making fun of me as like, oh, you're Asian, you have a small penis, when they said, yeah, you're Caucasian. Caucasian. And I'm like, no, and I'm like, stop bullying me. And they're like, what are you talking about? It just means white. Idiot. And I'm like, oh, fuck, they got me. Because I am also half Irish. I guess they shunned my ass. By the time I was born, that was considered white. I got absolutely fucking owned, man. There's just no two ways about it. This spotlight is more of an aesthetic thing, but I do feel like this on the regular, if you know what I mean. I have a feeling you will. A bit of a non sequitur, but I feel like any person walking under a door frame that's low enough that you think you could jump, you could hit the side of it. Do you guys ever have the same urge when you see like a stop sign like this, like you want to give it a high five? See, something like this is just way too tall for my vert to be able to actually hit, but the urge exists nonetheless, and I just need I could use some outside validation from people who probably could hit that with their vertical. Do you get the same urge? And if you do, could you please fulfill that dream for me? Thank you. Don't destroy public property while doing it. Give it a very, very firm but gentle single tap. Point of view, you see a bioluminescent government employee.
Hey, I didn't give you permission to record me.
Oh my god, like, you can like see the string on the tree that like allows him to have that kind of movement. Just barely, but it's like awesome that they were able to pull it off in such a low budget environment, man. The first time you watch it, you're just thinking, how is he getting that much air? Basketball Trash Talk Part 2 from Unhirables.
Dude, you suck. Just quit.
Talk shit back.
Not like the last time, though. You suck.
Brandon.
Hey, that's one way to score every single time, man. He didn't put his hands on him in an illegal way. He just cast a curse on his entire bloodline. He is now enthralled to that man for the rest of his living life. The only way to undo the curse is to dip in a lake in an undiscovered location of South America. If that isn't ball knowledge, I don't know what the fuck is. One more basketball one because I just wonder, these are just killing me. It's the pure silence going into just a effing fucking boom when it hits the side of the board. It's just very artful, and it makes you think about how excited that guy probably would have been if it had gone in, and how it not going in created a much better viewing experience than any genuine triumph would have. Sometimes you have to let go your own personal success for the sake of the art you're trying to create. It's a beautiful thing, really. Point of view. Ocean Buoy reacts to you saying a terribly racist joke at the function. Hey, correctly used point of view. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a buoy on open ocean, but this guy's movements recreating it are so fucking perfect that I could not stop staring at how he was moving.
Wow. I didn't even know that there was a term for Indian, Pakistani, Korean people that offended them all equally and terribly.
Yeah, man, you'd be surprised. People are like wordsmiths out here, and oftentimes they use their powers for evil. It's like how like some of the smartest people in history have been like part of evil-ass regimes.
That's horrible. I am not nodding my head in agreement. This is just the way the waves are taking me. Do not take this as a cosign.
It's just the way the waves are taking me. I am not nodding in approval. It's actually kind of a hard motion to like replicate without like it being obvious that you're like moving your legs under it. Like the bobbing motion takes a lot of thigh strength. Holy shit, this hurts. I was doing it while squatting, so I was like struggling to hold that height anyways. Fuck, I think that's all I got in me. If you guys enjoyed, that card I mentioned should be on screen now. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'll see y'all next time.